Hi and welcome back to another gear review, the first of 2023. Now today we're looking at the Fender Vintera 1960s model. It's a made in Mexico one. It's not the US version. They are quite close on quality, I think, but anyway, this is a Mexican one. But this video is going to be broken into a few parts. Now if you look at the timestamps in the description, you can find the irrelevant bits, so if you want to skip through, feel free to do that. But the reason in a couple of parts of this video is when I took this out of the case, and I've not played it for a while, it sounded absolutely crap. It really wasn't right. It wasn't holding tune. I had to keep constantly retuning. I mean, even today I've probably tuned this 5 times and I think, yeah, it's starting to drift again. So I'm putting it down to the strings. Now I think these have probably been on there about 18 months, so it's not been played a lot, but it does show that the strings still age, even if you're not playing the guitar. They're under constant tension, so they do wander off. Now these are Ernie Ball strings. They're normally pretty good, but I have changed over to these Dario ones because I found, in my view, I'm not endorsing these, but I prefer those because they seem to last longer and they stay in tune quite well, even if you're using a whammy bar quite a bit. So this is going to be quite an interesting video, I think, because we're going to play it as it is with these old strings on. And then I'm going to give it a complete setup because the intonation's drifted on this as well. And if you listen to this, let's wind this down, it's buzzing everywhere. It's horrible. I don't know if it's coming through on the mic, but it's bloody awful to play. It's just not right. So I'm going to give it a complete setup, new strings, adjust the intonation, adjust the action so we get rid of the buzzing. And then you'll be able to hear, hopefully, quite a big difference between the first part of the video and the second. I'm going to do some just clean tones on it when we do it, and it's only going to be on the neck pickup. We'll go through all the other settings for the pickups in the next part of the review once the strings are changed, but we'll go from there. Okay, next stage. What do you think? I know my playing's not great, but it wasn't nice to play it, and I don't think it's sounding right at all. Okay, so on to the next stage, Well, back again. Well, I did a full setup. One thing I did find was a couple of frets were a bit high. I think it was the 11th and the 13th fret. I mean, it wasn't much. It wasn't a great deal at all, but I had to just adjust the crowns on those. That did improve it. I've also raised the action a bit. Improved intonation, just adjusted the saddles back on here, and it has made a big difference. It really has. The new strings, well, they're drifting a little bit still because they're new. A lot less, not getting a buzz. These notoriously sound a bit tinny anyway. I think it's because of the saddle setup and the way the tremolo works. I think they're renowned for being a little bit bright on that side, but anyway, that setup has done a massive difference to it. Just before we get into the rest of the review, I'm just going to go over a couple of specs. These are this made in Mexico one. It's an Alder body. It's a solid body. This one's 3 parts, so that you probably can't see on the camera there, but you can see there's 3 blocks. I mean, it's beautifully made. They are so well put together. So yeah, Alder body, maple neck, 1-piece neck, Palfero fretboard, and yeah, nicely done really. I don't really like these tremolos, to be honest, apart from that. Okay, twin pickup, single coil, 1 tone control, 1 volume. Now these were a little different than most guitars. I think probably the Jazzmaster's the closest thing to these. Is you can select your pickups from here. So there's neck pickup, there's bridge pickup, and then you've got this little switch here, and that's basically, I think it's like a high pass filter. It just adjusts the tone. We'll show you that later. and you can turn them all off if they're all down. This one overrides these, and this one is just called a rhythm switch, and it's got its own volume controls and tone controls, and we'll show you how that sounded a bit as well. And there's quite a versatile amount of sound you can get from this guitar, though I don't think they suit everybody, and I don't think they suit every style. They are fairly unique. They certainly look the part. I mean, anybody who's into the sort of surf style music from the 60s, I was a bit of a Ventures fan, and actually one of the first songs I learned all the way through was Walk Don't Run by the Ventures, and I play it on this because it's made for it. It just sounds superb with the right effect pedals as well, lots of reverb. They do have their place for certain songs. Now, enough waffle from me now. We'll get on to see how it sounds. Well, there you have the Fender Vintera 60s Jaguar. Bit of a mouthful, that one. Make of it what you will, really. I've tried to show how they sound, and like I said, it's always little small snippets. You've got to make your own mind up by going and trying them out. Like I say, they're not to everybody's taste. I'll be honest, I've struggled to play this today. I've got so used to playing the different profile necks on Everphones, Gibsons and McGretsch, among other guitars. This is very, very slim at the top, and I'm just finding my fingers were just falling over each other a lot. I had to do a lot of takes, and even then it's not great, as you hear. But you know, they're worth trying out. They're not a cheap guitar. It's made in Mexico, but it's not cheap. They've run it around, I think, 900 quid now, 899, something like that. And you get a very good quality gig bag with it. You don't get a hard case. And they're falling right at that price. There's an awful lot of competition out there. And there's a lot of competition, a lot cheaper than that as well. Like the Epiphone Les Paul special I picked up the other day is 339 quid, so under half the price. And I'll be honest, I prefer the Epiphone, but they are very different guitars, so you can't really compare them in that way. It's what you feel like playing on the day and what particular music and genre you're playing. Anyway, I hope there's some information there that you liked. If you own one or you're looking to get one, put in the comments how you got on with them, or if you're looking to try one out, you know, let people know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed some of it at least, and I'll catch up again soon. Thanks now, bye bye.